Hello my students, welcome back to my channel. Today's topic for this video is about types of resisted exercises. It is a very important and frequently asked question in an exam. It is either asked as an essay or as a short note. So the question is, define resisted exercise and discuss the different type of resisted exercises in detail. Look at my sample answer. Here is what the definition of resisted exercise is. It is a form of active exercise in which a dynamic or static muscular contraction is resisted by an outside force to develop the power and endurance of the muscle. Now let's see the different types of resisted exercise. There are so many types of resisted exercises, but broadly it is divided into two major types. First is manual resistance exercise and the second one is mechanical resistance exercise. Other types of resisted exercise includes static, or it is also known as isometric exercise, dynamic exercise, which includes concentric and eccentric exercise, isokinetic exercise, and the last one is open and closed chain exercise. Now first we'll discuss about the manual resistance exercises. Here is what a manual resistance exercise. It is a form of active resistive exercise in which the resistance force is applied by the physiotherapist to either a dynamic or a static muscular contraction. Now we'll see the uses of manual resistance exercises. This technique is useful in the early stage of exercise program when the muscles are too weak and can overcome only minimal to moderate resistance. For example, if the manual muscle grading is either 2 or 3 out of 5. The manual techniques work well if patient needs assistance through a portion of range of motion which is followed by resistance at other positions. For example, if patient is having some portion of range of motion that is either weak or painful, then the therapist can modulate or decrease the resistance easily with the help of manual resistance technique. Now let's see some advantages of manual resistance exercises. It is the best effective form of exercise for transition from assisted to mechanically resisted movement because while applying manual force, therapist can able to feel the force or the power of affected muscle and can decide how much mechanical force patient needs to improve the strength of muscle. Resistance is adjusted throughout the range of motion as the therapist responds to the patient's effort or a painful arc. Here what happens, according to the patient's response or the patient's strength, the physiotherapist can able to modulate. They can either increase or they can either decrease the amount of force throughout the range of motion. The range of joint movement can be carefully controlled by the therapist to protect healing tissues or to prevent the movement into an unstable portion of the range. Here, the amount of force is reduced by the therapist during the painful arc or the unstable portion of the range of motion. It gives the therapist an opportunity for direct interaction with the patient to monitor patient's performance continuously. Now look at some disadvantages of manual resistance exercises. The amount of resistance is subjective because here the resistance is applied by the physiotherapist. So it cannot be measured or it cannot be quantitatively documented for the purpose of establishing a baseline data and for exercise-induced improvement in muscle performance. Here, the amount of resistance is limited to the strength of physiotherapist. Therefore, the resistance imposed is not adequate to strengthen the muscle which are already strong. It cannot be performed independently by the patient to strengthen the most of the muscle groups. Patient cannot use it as a home exercise program unless assistance is available. The last drawback of manual resistance exercise is it's like a labor type of work and it is time consuming for the physiotherapist. Now let's move towards the mechanical resistance exercises. The mechanical resistance exercise is a form of active resistive exercise in which the resistance is applied through a use of equipment or mechanical apparatus. Now we'll see what are the uses of mechanical resistive exercise. It is more commonly used during intermediate and advanced phase of rehabilitation when muscle strength is at least 4 out of 5 or greater, or when the strength of the patient exceeds the strength of the therapist. Another use of mechanical resistance exercise is it is commonly implemented in rehabilitation program to eliminate or to reduce the deficit regarding muscular strength, power and endurance which is caused by any of the pathological condition, and thereby to reduce and to improve the functional ability. It is also used as a comprehensive program of physical activity designed to improve or to maintain the fitness and health throughout the most of the lifespan. Now let's see about the advantages of mechanical resistive exercise. In contrast to manual resistance exercise, here in mechanical resistance exercises, the amount of resistance can be measured quantitatively and progressed over time. It provides exercise loads far beyond that which can be applied manually by therapists to induce a training effect for already strong muscle group. So here the amount of force which is applied by the mechanical instrument is far greater than the force which is produced by the therapist. It is most appropriate for independent exercise in a home program after careful patient education and a period of supervision. So, this type of exercises patient can do by themselves at home with the use of either dumbbells or sandbags or other type of mechanical apparatus. One can improve both static as well as dynamic muscle strength with the mechanical resistance exercises. The use of different equipment provides a variable resistance through the range of motion to improve muscle strength and endurance. Now, these are some disadvantages of mechanical exercises. Mechanical resistance exercises are not appropriate when muscles are too weak or soft tissues are still healing, because while using any mechanical devices, the amount of force cannot be reduced during weak or painful arc of motion. But there are some exceptions when some equipment provides assistance, support or control the movement against gravity. For example, isokinetic equipment is easily able to control these movements. So here again the same thing, in mechanical resistance exercise there is no accommodation for painful arc of motion because it provides constant external resistance which loads the muscle maximally at only one point in the range of motion. Another disadvantage is regarding cost of equipment which are used for resistance exercises, and that is often the determining factor in the selection of equipment. Especially the machines like isokinetic or semi-isokinetic devices are too expensive compared to the free weights like dumbbells and TheraBands. Now, this is another type of resisted exercise which is also known as isometric or static exercise. We'll see what is isometric exercise. So, the isometric exercise is a static form of exercise in which a muscle contracts and produces force without any change in the length of muscle and without any visible joint motion. Means muscle contracts, there is increase in the tension, but there is no any lengthening or shortening occurs in the muscle fiber. There is no any movement occurs. Let's see the uses of isometric exercise. Isometric exercise is very useful when aim is to maintain muscle strength and to prevent muscle atrophy during immobilization or when joint range of motion is not possible. For example, when limb is within the plastic cast or splint following any surgery or any kind of reconstructive procedure. It is also used to activate or to re-educate the muscle, especially when the movement is not advisable or the part is immobilized, or when the primary aim is to protect the healing tissue after any injury or repair. It is also used to improve muscle strength when dynamic or isotonic exercises are contraindicated or it causes joint pain. Now, there are some precautions needed to be taken during isometric exercise program session. Let's see. Isometric exercise can produce a pressure response so that it increases the blood pressure. Systolic blood pressure generally rises with exercise as cardiac output increases in response to the increased demand of oxygen from walking muscles. So, it is always advisable to perform isometric exercise without breath hold or Valsalva maneuver, as its sudden increase in the blood pressure and lack of oxygen may cause dizziness and fainting. And for this reason only, the high intensity isometric exercises may be contraindicated for patients with a history of any cardiac or vascular disorders. So here we have finished with the isometric exercises. Now move on to isotonic, or it is also called as a dynamic exercises. This dynamic exercises is again divided into two types of exercises according to the muscle contraction, that is eccentric exercise and concentric exercise. A dynamic exercise is a type of exercise in which muscle contraction causes movement of a body and body segments as the muscle contracts. It is also known as an isotonic type of exercise. Now let's see what is concentric and eccentric type of exercises. So, the concentric exercise refers to a form of dynamic muscle loading in which tension in a muscle develops and physical shortening of the muscle occurs as an external force or resistance is applied. For example, lifting a dumbbell for bicep muscle strengthening causes concentric contraction of the bicep muscles. While eccentric exercise referred to as a dynamic loading of muscle beyond its force producing capacity, causing lengthening of muscle as it attempts to control the load. For example, lowering of knee joint against resistance in sitting position it causes eccentric contraction of the quadriceps muscle. Now, the uses of eccentric and concentric resistance exercises. Concentric and eccentric contraction can be used in different combinations, and that depends on the mode of exercise chosen. For example, most of the weight machines uses concentric and eccentric contraction of the same muscle group, whereas the manual resisted exercise can use eccentric and concentric contraction of the opposite muscle groups. Body weight, elastic bands, free weights, pulley, manual resistance and weight machines are the few modes of dynamic resistive exercises. Now let's talk about the isokinetic type of resisted exercise. The isokinetic exercise is a form of dynamic exercise in which the velocity of muscle shortening or lengthening and the angular limb velocity is predetermined and held constant by a rate limiting device which is known as a isokinetic dynamometer. So here, no matter how much force is applied, but the speed and the range of movement is preset and it remains constant. Now let's discuss about the uses of isokinetic exercise. The isokinetic mode is used most frequently for muscle performance testing and training. The dynamometers are capable of testing and training muscle groups around the major joints of the body. The isokinetic testing is frequently performed as an alternative to 1RM, that is repetition maximum testing, because of computerized capability of the device and safety issues. So here the muscle strength can easily be tested with the isokinetic device using 1RM. The another use is the isokinetic training is indicated any time the patient needs muscle activation throughout the range of motion. Now let's see the advantages of isokinetic exercises, or you can say isokinetic equipment. The isokinetic equipment provides maximum resistance at all points in the range of motion as muscle contracts. Both high and low velocity training can be done safely and effectively with isokinetic devices. This equipment can easily accommodate for a painful arc of motion. As the isokinetic device is a passive device, if patient fatigues, exercise can still continue. Isolated strengthening of muscle group is possible here with isokinetic devices to correct strength deficit in specific muscle groups. External stabilization provided by isokinetic equipments keeps the patient and moving segment well aligned. Computer-based visual or auditory cues provide feedback to the patient so that submaximal or maximal work can be carried out more consistently. Now, apart from advantages, there are some drawbacks of isokinetic equipments. Let's see. The first thing is the equipment is very large and expensive to purchase and to maintain. Setup time and assistance from personnel are necessary if a patient is to exercise multiple muscle groups. The use of isokinetic device allow only open chain, that is non-weight bearing movement patterns, which do not stimulate most of the lower extremity functions and some of the upper extremity functions. Now the last one is open and closed chain exercises. Closed chain exercises are those exercises where the distal segment is fixed on a rigid or semi-rigid surface like foot in case of lower extremity and hands in case of upper extremity is fixed on ground or any other surfaces. For example, squats, lunges or push-ups are considered as a closed chain exercises. While open chain exercises are those exercises where the distal end is free. For example, while performing straight leg raise, resistive knee extension in high sitting, or doing bicep curls. Many exercises using body weight as a primary resistance are classified as a closed chain or open chain exercises. For example, squats and lunges. The advantage of using body weight as a resistance is that it is always available and rarely it requires equipment. A disadvantage is that it is difficult to isolate specific muscles that need strengthening. So here I have finished with a brief explanation of types of resisted exercises, and these are the references for the same. You can refer for detail. Students, if you like my video, please give me a thumbs up and do share to your friends who need it. Thank you for watching me.